should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. All right. Where's the other one? I'm gonna jump. I read through. No, I'll jump down to 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently. This is verse 9. Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord Yahweh in Horeb, when the Lord Yahweh said unto me, gather me the people together, I will make them hear my words, and that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon earth, and that they may teach their children. Look, they came near and understood, and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burnt with fire unto the midst of heaven, with darkness and clouds and thick darkness, right? And the Lord Yahweh spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only ye heard a voice. Recounting the moment when we agreed before we went into that land. Okay, this was that moment when everybody was shook the fuck up, but we agreed though. I'm trying to think where it said, but and it said we will do them. Was it which I think it's in Deuteronomy also. But it says when Israel agreed to it.
Leviticus maybe?
It might be right here. I don't want to just reread and not get to that point. Yeah, recounting all that we went through. He just continued to go on. But the point was, Salaki, we stood under the mountain when we heard these statutes and we agreed to them. Okay, and when we agreed to them, we were supposed to take them into the land that flowed with milk and honey, that was promised unto us, and then we were supposed to keep them in that land. And that's how we would prosper in the earth. Okay, but we didn't do so. I think it was later on. Y'all got it.
Go back.
Back in Baruch 1 and 19. Since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice.
Negligent in not hearing his voice. So that lets you know right there, Jake wasn't trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And when the prophets went out, they didn't go out for just one day.
Right.
You know, and then it was like, all right, that's enough. I said what you told me, Lord. Nah, they was out. The prophets, when they prophesied, they was out there for go and study the biblical timelines, biblical history during the different captivities. The prophets, some of the prophets were contemporary. Like you have prophets that were around during each other's prophecies, like Nehemiah and Ezra.
Yep.
You know. You had Ezekiel, Isaiah, like all these different men. They were around during their lifetime.
A lot of them were in that Babylon.
In the Babylonian captivity.
A lot of the prophets were all in that.
So the Lord he always had prophets out. And they wasn't out there just for just a short period of time. They would be out there constantly giving the warning.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got two. We get this Jeremiah 7:25 real quick. I got another one in Mark. Jeremiah 7:25. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt until this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets daily, rising up early and sending them.
He said daily. I sent them daily. They was out there daily, man.
Noah prophesied 120 years. You don't think that he was just building the ark? He was prophesying at the same time. Imagine that, building a humongous ark, gathering animals, and then still prophesying.
Yeah.
You know?
Mark 14 and 49, this is Yahweh Shah speaking, I was daily with you in the temple teaching, and ye took me not, but the scriptures must be fulfilled.
That's plain. So you heard the Lord clearly. Our people, they heard him loud and clear, man. All right, hey, that's how. Hey, even in this time, why you think the Hebrew Israelites is such a controversial topic? Why everybody talking about us? That's because the voice of the Lord is being heard, man. Isaiah 13, fan the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. You know, lift ye up a banner upon a high mountain. Okay, we're making noise. So you clearly, you definitely clearly hearing the Lord. Now you got false prophets out there too. All right, but the Lord got the real prophets among you too.
Right.
So you ain't got no excuse. The Lord is very fair with his people, man. Very fair. You had decades, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decades. And those men who started decades ago, still alive.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
Hoary head, man. Hair is full of grays.
Yeah. And they started when they were black.
And they started when they was young men.
Yeah.
Come on, man. So you Jakes, you 2/3 of you, when it comes down, you deserve that shit, man. You definitely had that coming.
I deserve that harsh judgment, that punishment,
Yeah.
that torture, that torment, the agony that you're gonna go through.
Yeah.
You know?
And the Lord's going, the Most High is going to turn his face.
Sure.
He's going to turn his back.
Hey,
It's going to be like the wall of silence treatment.
once the elect is sealed,
That's
all
it.
bets is off.
Yeah.
The Lord is like, have at it, E.
Yep. Hey, lock the door of the
The
ark.
ark, yeah.
It's wrapped. Down the rest of them out. He's done it before. The point is, he's done it before. Ain't no thing to do it again.
Hey,
You know?
and the locking of the ark is the family of the word.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as you can no longer get access to this. You can't click on a video. You can't come out here and find this. You've been shut out.
Yeah.
You've been shut out and locked out.
Yeah.
Should have got in
Locked out of
when you had the chance,
Locked
right?
out of the truth now, like
Huh.
you were locked out of the ark before. Yep.
Right.
Foolish virgin.
Yep.
No oil.
Yep.
Yep. So I think we was where was we at?
Brother had,
You were still in Baruch. Yeah,
18.
finish down Baruch, and then we can go back to Ezekiel 18.
Yep. Back in Baruch 1 and 20. Wherefore the evils cleave unto us, and the curse which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day.
Yep.
Nevertheless,
And the Lord said that he would give us the land flowing with milk and honey. All right. Matter of fact, somebody give me Deuteronomy 30.
I think I'm right there. Yeah.
Deuteronomy 30 and start at start at 15.
Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, death and evil, in that I commanded thee this day to love the Lord Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord Yahweh thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. But if
And guess what? And this is like it says in Jeremiah, seek ye the old paths.
Yep.
That's what that's
the whole path
going. That's
right
the
there.
whole path right there. Keep his commandments, man. His law. But they said what? We will not walk therein.
Yep.
right?
And that's why I was bringing up the point earlier. Under that mountain, we did agree to walk in it. And that brother had found it in Exodus 24.
24:7.
Yep. So we it's a record that we agreed to keep this word. And we want the blessings of going into the land of Israel and all of that.
Right.
You know?
But now Jake what? Jake just found a new way to circumvent that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have, you know, and this is where they try to use Yahushai
Yep.
to
So that they don't have to keep the
that
law.
thing, yeah. Christianity took you 10,000 steps backwards, man.
Yeah, it took them out deep.
Yeah.
How the hell you gonna swim back to the land, man?
Yeah.
It took you out there to where you can't come back in.
Can't come back. You
Can't
got
swim back.
What was it? Rip currents and
Yeah,
shit.
all of that's got you. The
Take you
pull, the
this way.
reefs, and all that's got you. He's gonna keep pulling you out deeper and deeper.
You got alcohol poisoning, you know?
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Put you in a dead state, man.
And Christianity made you worse.
Far the worse. And you people love to have it that way. There ain't been no benefit since y'all been in the church. And you know, the Christian, Catholic, you know, whatever, any of them other religious beliefs. None of that has ever benefited you because it was never for you. And if it was, if any of it was beneficial, why are there still 18 of them or whatever the hell it is? You know, why there's
The
so many of
denominations
them?
of Christianity.
Yeah. Why are there all differences? It should be one.
Yeah.
This thing is one because it's the truth.
Yeah. Ain't no maybes. Ain't no gray area. With all kind of gray areas with Christianity, where some believe this and some believe this, but we all believe it. No, it ain't none of that. It's yes or no, black or white. It's simple. The scripture says, I will make this plain upon tables. The truth is really simple. And then once you can get the simple parts, you'll get into the mysteries and the dark sayings. But the Lord is making the shit, not the shit, but the truth simple. So it's not everyone, but the elect can obtain it. You know? You don't got to be no scholar or, you know, you have to be educated to get this, because it's like I said, the Lord made it plain and simple for his people to get, for the elect to get.
I don't want to say it this way, but one size fits all of the elect.
Yeah.
You know, if you're of the elect, you're going to get it no matter what level of education you have.
Yeah.
The Lord made it plain enough for all different levels of education to understand this thing through His Spirit, man. I got a little more. Deuteronomy 30, verse 17, but if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that thou shalt surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. Yep, I call heaven and earth to record this. See, this is getting into the one I was thinking of. Wow. Yep, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord Yahweh thy power, that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord Yahweh sware unto the fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to give them, so we can go into that land. We have to be clean going into that land, man. Okay? That's why we can't go back in there until we have that change. This go around.
That's why the Lord's gonna have to, before we return to the land, this is why the Lord's gonna have to establish the new covenant where He's gonna change us. You know, He's gonna put the law, statutes, and judgments into our inward parts. That's when we're gonna be able to keep the law in our land perfectly.
Yeah.
You know. Other than that, we're gonna keep getting uprooted and scattered. You know.
When you read Judges, time after time, you continue to go off. But then you go into Chronicles also, time after time. A good king will come and get us kind of right. Then here come an evil king